Hey guys, what's up? It's your man Lenny. Welcome to Wholesaling with Lenny. Guys, look, I got a special guest tonight, right? This guy is phenomenal, okay? The one and only Jay Wicker. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Wicker,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Founder of the Mid City Network. This guy, Jay, is phenomenal, man, so I had to have him on the show tonight, okay? Jay is a multiple entrepreneur, CEO, coach, dad,
Mhm.
man of God, and man, he out here getting it. So, Jay, man, just tell the people a little something about yourself, man, before we kind of, slice the pie up a bit.
Absolutely, man. Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me, man. You know what I'm saying? Kind of return the favor. So you jumped on mine, definitely got to jump on yours.
Most definitely, man, most
So
definitely.
yeah, man. So I'm originally from Saginaw, Michigan. So probably about a little 100 miles north of Detroit. So that cold weather. I
Yeah.
live down here in the hot, sunny Dallas, Texas now. My wife and I. Next month will be 30 years, right?
Yeah.
So for many, many years, man, I was a truck driver. And I used to listen to the same 5 or 6 different songs every single day, and I was tired of that, man. I remember years ago when I was a kid, I heard Carlton Sheen. I don't know if you guys know this guy, but it was an infomercial that came on
I
how to
do.
buy real estate with no money out of pocket. So I'm driving for this company, and I'm like, okay, let me go on YouTube and pull up how to do this, what he was talking about doing, and I seen tutorials all about wholesaling. And so for the next 2 years, I basically studied it. I could finish people's sentence even though I had never done a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, I can finish their sentence, man. I studied it so much. So I got my bachelor's degrees in YouTube University, man. So, but and then I have 5 girls, man. Like I said, me and my wife been together for 30 years, man. We got together 7th grade, so we've been together since 7th grade, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, since 7th grade, man. So, and of course, we got a couple of things going on here. We're gonna talk about that as well, man. But that's kind of a little bit about me, man.
Most
I,
definitely, man. That's that foundation, man.
yeah,
Like I definitely like to hear that, man.
yeah,
Family is kind of like the rock. You know what I
right,
mean? And a
right.
lot of people always talk about family work balance.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But if there wasn't, no family, it wouldn't be no work for most of us. So, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't really think I don't really think you can have a complete balance to that, right?
right, exactly.
Because sometimes some things has to take precedent. It may be the family in the situation. You got a 911. You got to put the business to the side for a minute.
Most
You got to
definitely,
focus on that, and then vice versa when you come to your business, right? You got to make sure that your business don't override your family on a continuous basis.
exactly. So, Jay, so you actually, so once you was watching those videos, right? You soaked up the game, right? You went on, like you say, you actually dug in for 2 years, right? So, did it actually take you like 2 years to get your first deal, or was you kind of just like, listen, it's my job, just bringing in a check. Let me learn this right now before I jump off the curb.
Yeah, I got comfortable, right? Like most people do. I'm working a job and paying my bills, but I know it's something else out there for me. But this is paying the bills. So one day, I'm driving in his truck, and I heard this guy, man. His name is Mr. Flipper House. He's on YouTube right now, and he was talking to another guy. He said, "Man, it's people that's watching us. That's probably been watching us for a few years that have never done a deal, never even tried to do a deal." And I took it personal. He
Mm,
was talking about me, and I'm like,
mm.
"Wow, man, this dude he called me out."
Hit you
So
right there.
he hit me, man. He hit me, bro. He hit me. Whenever I see him, I owe him a drink because he changed my life, right? So I immediately start marketing like I've been closing deals for 30 years. I buy houses, I buy houses, I buy houses. Making calls, cold calls, all that good stuff, right? So what I did, I basically set up a tour. I put up all the coffee shops in the Dallas area, and every weekend I was hitting about 6 to 7 of them. So I would post on social media, I buy houses. On social media, hey, come meet me at the Starbucks on such and such, such and such, such and such between this time and this time. Come meet me at this one. So I had about 4 or 5 of them lined up, and I was meeting these different people, right? So even if I had never closed a deal before. A lot of these people haven't closed a deal neither, right? But some of them did. So what happened was a lot of these people, when they would come in, we would chop it up or whatever the case is, and they go and do their life or whatever. But when somebody run across a situation that they could not do, they would call me, "Hey Jay, you know anybody who does this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know somebody over here that does that." And I was tying them together and making a little money that way. Right.
So you got in position.
I got in position.
You
Right.
put yourself in position to be that guy. People say,
Yeah.
"Hey, can you move this?" Call Jay.
Absolutely. So what happened is that I had I reached out to this lady. I think on back in the day, you used to close deals like on Craigslist or whatever. I don't know if you still really can do that or not. So I called this lady up. She had a what you call those trailer home. And I went out there to the property, not knowing anything about it or whatever. I just kind of put together some numbers real quick. Went to the property, had my little clipboard that I got from Home Depot or Walmart or something, and I'm like, I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm walking around this lady's house, and she said, "So, what'd you get me for it?" And I'm like, "Give me a second for a second. I'm taking pictures." And she said, "Come sit at my dining room table." And I was so nervous, man. I was so nervous. I sat down there, man, and gave her the number, and guess what? She signed it.
Wow.
So now, when I'm backing up the driveway, I'm cheering.
Yeah.
This is literally probably about 2 months after Mr. Flipper House made that statement. So go ahead.
Let's back up just a bit.
Okay,
right?
my bad.
Because, like, I mean, you know, I come from a sales background, right?
Okay.
And in sales, our goal is to literally get to the table, get to the dining room, get to the table, right?
Yeah.
That is our goal as salesmen, right? We want to get to that table. We want to talk, you know. So, like, between the time you got to the table and the time you set the appointment, like, how did you prep for that? How did you prep? Like, this is your first time, so
that was my first time. I went to YouTube University. How to put offers in on properties, and I listened and I listened and listened and listened. I was using Zillow. I was using Redfin, all them, and add them all together, divide them by 1 or 3. I forgot how we used to do that back then.
Definitely, yeah.
Put together offer. Whatever the offer was, I even went down a little lower just to make sure the numbers, I can make some money off the deal.
For sure.
But she signed it, man.
Wow, beautiful.
Now here's the crazy thing about it. I didn't close the deal though. So when I backed out the property, I was so happy. It's like somebody handed me a check for $10,000, man. That's how I felt, because for 2 years I've been in my mind, will this really work? Can I really do this? And all of a sudden somebody signed a contract. Now I have what they call equitable rights of this property. Now, unfortunately, people wasn't looking to buy that kind of property in that area. But to me, I won.
Right.
I'm officially an investor now.
Yeah, you won all day. So now to go back to that state, I'm saying, that phrase that you used, equitable interest.
Yeah.
For those watching, they may not know, what equitable interest is. Say, could you hit them with that real quick?
Yeah, man. So when you get a property, man, that has when you put a property under contract, right? You get what they call equitable interest in this property. So you have the right to sell your interest in this property. So when we're wholesaling these properties, we're really not wholesaling the property. We're flipping the paper is what we're doing, right? So we're not realtors or anything like that. So we're selling our position in the paper for a fee.
Exactly.
So anything in that between the spread or whatever the case is versus what you're going to pay them versus what it's actually worth, that's your interest. That's your equitable interest in that property. You can sell that.
So when you when you call the lead, when you call the lead and you got everything going, like, what was after she signed the contract, right? Right, we was happy. You know what I mean? Like, but right between like them signing, you at the table and you signed the contract, you actually said that you put the contract less than what was the action for, just to make sure you had some meat on the bone.
Yeah.
Right?
Fortunately, I found someone who really needed to move. Right? She wasn't trying to fight me. Right? Not at all. Right? She was happy she had somebody to buy it.
That was beautiful. And what's so crazy about our business is, as being wholesalers, being buy and hold investors, we bump into so many people, so many situations from day to day. It's it's crazy, man. So like what would you say would be like the number one advice that you would give someone who's sitting learning, right? They're sitting learning, they've been in YouTube University, as you say, for 2 years, right? And now, you know, they're watching us right now, right, on the podcast, right? And let's not hope they watch anymore, right? Let's just that this podcast kind of lights a fire and they go and get it. But like, what is one piece of advice that you would give somebody that's getting in the wholesaler for the first time?
Listen, man, it's only so much your mentor, your coach can teach you. You have to learn by doing, right? If a person told you when you was young, here's a book on how to ride a bike, you'd be like, what? You do what? You wouldn't understand it. It wasn't until you got on that bike and you had to fall a few times, mess your elbow up and your knees up until you caught your balance, and now you're popping wheelies down the block. That's what you need to do in wholesale or in real estate or whatever you're doing. You got to learn as you go. That's what I would say, because I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have none of that. I had to figure it out as I go.
Most definitely. So, like, what would you say, like just in your opinion, like, what is the most important personal trait, like personal trait or strength that a new wholesaler have to actually be successful in wholesaling?
Wow, that's a good question. I would say learn the phone. Learn the phone. Well, you definitely gotta. Okay. Let's do it like this. You have to be. I know a lot of people are not people persons, right? Or people, whatever the case is, right?
Right. Exactly.
So if you're gonna be in this business, you got to be able to push yourself outside of your comfort zone, because just on the other side of fear is success. 2, learn how to operate the phone, because this is where your money comes from. Right? If you're scared because the person's gonna slam the door on you or cuss you out or whatever the case is, you got to get over that, or you have to leave this alone. This is very important. The phone. Learn what to say, how to say it, when not to say it, when to say it, all of that stuff. You gotta master the phone.
No, definitely. So like after cold call, because like I said, I used to cold call because I come from sales. So when I used to be on the phones, I used to get frustrated, man. First few hundred numbers.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna say the first few calls really be legit. The first few hundred numbers that I actually called, I didn't do very well, but I actually caught my stride. So, like you said, man, once you master that phone, it's pretty much go mode from there.
But anything that you do that's new, you're not gonna be top shelf, man. You gotta learn. Exactly. You gotta fall. You gotta say some stuff you shouldn't say. You gotta laugh at yourself. Exactly. When I first got in this business, man, I was like that too, right? I used to just call people, right, just to see how long I can keep them on the phone. If I hear a dog barking, I'll say, hey, you got a dog? What kind of dog you got? Oh, what color your dog is? You know what I'm saying? How long you had your dog? And before you know it, you're talking to an older person, you can easily talk to them for 15, 20 minutes before they even say what you calling for, right?
Now you're relatable.
Yeah, so now I done built up those muscles. I can talk to anybody now.
Exactly. So, like for us, as wholesalers, man, a lot of people got a lot of bad things to say about wholesaling. It ain't real. You can't do this with paper, and nobody gonna sign those contracts. Those checks y'all be doing ain't right. Like what is the most common myth about what we do that you would think people, like the most common myth? What is the most common myth that you hear from people? Yeah, about wholesaling.
Man, that we are criminals. That we don't solve people's problems. We just out to take their property. Look, you got people out there right now in a situation that's going to lose their house in the next 2 weeks. They can't sell it because it needs so much work needs to be done to it. They can't walk away because Their family live out of state and they don't have no money to pack up and get their stuff to another state. They need us to be able to do that for them, to be able to come to them and say, listen, let's wholesale your property. Let's get it done in 7 to 10 days. You can walk away with some cash in your pocket right now. You mean your wife is, she's sick. She can't work. You in a situation, you may be working 40 hours, but you're not getting paid as much. These bills are piling up this high and there's all this pressure on you. Let us relieve this pressure. Or
most definitely.
Or your house is up for foreclosure. These people about to put your house, put your stuff out the next couple of weeks. What you gonna do? You need a person like us to solve your problems. We are problem solvers.
Most definitely. So I was talking to a realtor a few weeks ago, and the property's literally still in market. Probably been like 130, 140 days now. It's a duplex. I walked it. The owner lives in California. The property's here in town where I am. The husband's mom literally costing them like $300 a day to take care of this woman, right? Instead of put her in hospice or whatever, right? So they need to sell this property, right? As I said, the property's been listed forever, right? So we made an offer on the property. We got a deal going with the property right now to help those guys in California solve that problem, right? So where they don't have to put his mom in a home, to where they have enough money they can provide for her in the home, right? And within 129 days, the realtor hasn't been able to make this happen. And I'm not saying realtors are bad or they don't do their job, but either the property was priced too high for any first-time buyer, or first-time investor. So it takes a certain skill set
exactly
to actually make these deals go down. So Jay, let
me touch on that real quick. A lot of them don't have the skills that we have, right? We are problem solvers. So the way that we do deals, man, even if a deal is upside down, if that seller's motivated, we still can get it done.
They're salesmen.
Say it again.
I said they're sales agents.
They're sales agents.
That's literally their title.
Exactly. So now here's the thing too. So listen, I have no issue with realtors, man. I work with them daily basis, right?
Oh, they know.
But some of them are not high octane realtors. They just put it on MLS and hope it sells, right? If you're back against the wall, you don't want nobody to hope it sells. You want to get it sold. We get it sold, not just yesterday. I mean, they're not this today, but yesterday, right? Immediately. So that what separates us from a lot of other people, man. And people need us, bro.
Well, definitely,
we are something that people need, man.
So throughout this whole process, right? Because you started wholesaling, and you eventually started catching stride, right? Eventually starts to catch a stride. So in the middle of you catch a stride to where you are now, who has been your most important mentors through this, if you had any?
Wow. Let's say, as far as structure of my business, I would say my guy Jason Sims. He's on a Real Estate Aholic podcast.
Most definitely.
Just in conversation, he have dropped a lot of Jews on me. I'm like, wow, man, I never thought about it like that. But the sheer motivation, I would say my wife. She keeps me on my toes, man.
Most definitely. Shout out to Miss Wicker, y'all.
Tammy Wicker, she keeps me on my toes.
Shout out to Tammy, y'all.
I appreciate that. See, so when I'm up late, she the one to tell me, go ahead, baby, take care, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I need that. If I didn't have that, man, that structure, I would fall down.
Man. And a lot of us as real estate investors, man, we actually really do need that from our spouses, from our, because the world outside us, like the show's called Shark Tank for a reason.
For sure.
People, we playing in the tank.
Yeah. Real estate is not a 9-to-5 thing, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, our anniversary is next month on the 15th. You think on the 14th at night, I'm not answering calls? You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's real life, man. It's real life, bro.
Exactly. So we definitely big ups, man, to the wife, man. You know what I mean? So, what tools would you say as an entrepreneur, not just a wholesaler, but as an entrepreneur in general, what tools would you say that are indispensable
Wow.
for the job?
For the job. If I'm just starting out, I'm talking like right now where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I mean, what underrated tools? I mean,
I got several assistants, man. I couldn't do it without them, bro.
I know that's right.
I couldn't do it without. I got to give it to them, man, because the days I don't feel like it now, because you get to a position to where you don't have to hustle as much. They don't want to keep the ball rolling. Of course, I'm saying I'm orchestrating the play, but it takes some strong people, man, to run it. You know what I'm saying? So my assistants definitely, bro. They rock stars, bro. And this is how I operate, bro. Of course, they get a base pay, but they get a deal. They get get extra when they close a deal, but then they get a just because bonus too. You know what? Here's a bonus. Go take the kids. Go take the kids out on me. Or here's a bonus. Go get some shoes or whatever. You got to do that, man, to keep your people that's on your team rocking with you.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. I definitely believe.
Look for ways to give bonuses, bro. Rather than look for ways to jump on them when they do something wrong. That's how you keep them motivated. So on a Sunday, when you're not doing nothing and she hits you on the phone or whatever the case, hey, just gonna let you know I got those extra deals out. Like you asked me, oh man, you doing on a Sunday? Yeah, I had to come on in so we jumpstart Monday. That's when you know you got something, bro.
No doubt.
And not get paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yeah, bro.
So like right now in your business, what is the biggest challenge that you're facing in your role, business, or project right now, and how you tackle it?
Wow, man, that's a great thing, man. I'm new to this podcast network thing, so it's funny, man. I always say that I'm a blind man shuffling. So I didn't jump out here just with my own podcast. I jumped out here with a podcast network. So there's a lot of moving pieces that I really kind of underestimated, but I'm handling it. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing now is to see now it's we're building all this or whatever the case is. So now it's like, okay, how do I make money from ads and all these different things? These meetings and things of that nature, man, to make sure that I'm not leaving stuff on the table, that I'm getting what I deserve. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, promoting, doing different things. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing now is putting this in front of more and more people. Just putting the light on the people that's a part of this podcast, man. We have, quite a few people. You met some of them as well, man. Like I said, we talked about, to you on one of them as well. You know what I'm saying? You pop in here and there, whatever cases, man. We have Sheila Little as well, man. She's a therapist as well. You got Danielle MacArthur. She's a coach as well, man. You got there's so many people, man. If you go on to Mid City Network on YouTube, hit like and subscribe, man. You'll see all the different shows we have going on, man. And and then managing people on a bigger scale. So I've never really kind of managed these many people, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a lot going on.
So like, what is your because you do a lot, right? And you just spoke on everyone that's the team, right? The team that you got, and how you guys holding together. Like for you, what is your favorite productivity hack for entrepreneurs, right? A lot of people say like, I got Brandon Morin, right? He's a real estate agent, right? And what Brandon Morin talks about, he's a coach, and what he talks about is actually taking cold showers in the morning, right? And that's like his favorite productivity hack, right? So in the morning, bam, he in a cold shower, right? He do this for like 6-7 days, man, and just kind of go off that energy of that cold shower in the morning. Like, what is your favorite, productivity hack?
Listen, I'm already a early morning riser. Nice. I beat my alarm clock. I don't really need nothing to motivate me in the morning, man. But in the morning time, my mind is so clear. That's when I send all my emails, text messages, and all that stuff. Before I hit the ground, I know the next 10 things I need to do. But I'm rolling out the bed before my feet hit the ground. 10 things in my mind I got to do real quick. That's just how I operate. You know what I'm saying? Now you catch me in the afternoon, my brain is slowing down.
So what is like the hack? What is the hack? Like what is your hack in that? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like me, for instance, as you just said, like I'm up in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. I'm up in the morning just because like that 2-3 hour window when no one's up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
to myself.
Yeah.
Like that's my productivity hack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I got that time to
Focus.
focus, set everything up for the day.
Yeah.
And then, by the time, 1-2 o'clock done, I'm chilling. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just put some plays together. So,
Yeah.
I
I guess you can say that's my hack as well, man. Like I said, when I don't have none. Like I'm not really a coffee drinker. I don't really take cold showers and things like
right. I
my,
stopped drinking coffee.
yeah. So my mind is running, man. It's literally running. I used to think I was crazy. Like, what's wrong with me, man? Like, I'm up. I used to, on a Saturday morning, man, I used to get up early in the morning. I went shopping and everything and been home, and my family just getting up. I'm like, I'd have been home, grocery shopping and watched the cars and everything. That's just how, I don't know, I'm wired that way, man.
I know that's right.
So, that's my hack. I get it done early, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So you was truck driver, right? So we went from truck driver, right, to real estate, right, to still having skills as a truck driver, right? That skill and never let you down.
Never.
Okay, you can still get some money, right? So you got some, you know what I'm saying? So you got the backup plan of the backup plan, okay?
Yeah.
So you got the real estate, right? And now you've elevated to the podcast, right? So being being a multi-minded entrepreneur, right? What occupation besides real estate and trucking would you like to try one day? Or is this it? Is this the all end all mecca? Is real estate like the mecca, the all that ends all? For a lot of people, it is. You know what I mean? So when a lot of people find real estate, it's it. That's literally it, right? Especially guys like us when we get that check, we get that wholesale.
Yeah.
We make the check.
It's not like it, bro.
We make the check in 3 days.
Yeah.
Most of us like, you know what, this is it. I'm going ahead and stick with wholesale. But as a little kid, my mom actually, like fresh out of high school, my mom, man, she has, one of the most beautiful minds I know. She was in NASA at 18.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My mom was in NASA at 18. So, I had always like wanted to be an astronaut. Like I don't even really tell people that, but I always wanted to be an astronaut, right? Because like imagine being a little kid going to your mom's work. She worked at NASA. Wow. And you see the planets and ships and you know what I mean? So what occupation before you even jumped in the truck that you thought about being one day, and like would you still want to try it?
Man, well, I know I'm too fat and too slow to play basketball. That was my big thing back in the day. So I wanted to go to the NBA, you know what I'm saying? But I've never really thought about that, man. It seems to me that everything I ever done in my life led me to real estate. Like I say, we talked about years ago with Charles and Sheen, man. I seen them infomercials. That stuck in my head. So when I got a little older, I remember we lived in this place, man, this house, and I remember the landlord used to come by and collect his money. So when he pull up, the kids would say, "That was the landlord." You know what I'm saying? He'd come up, my mom would hand him an envelope or whatever the case is. He'd say, "Everything okay?" "Yeah, everything okay." He'd pull off. I'm like, when I was young, I said, I want 10 houses paid off. That's gonna be my retirement. So when I get a little older, I have an uncle of mine who was trying to teach me real estate. But to me, it seemed like he was speaking Chinese. I didn't get it. It was all over my head. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I came to Texas, man, and I really kind of studied from YouTube, read a few books, to it really kind of settle in. So long story being short, man, if this is it for me, so I will be doing this whether I'm in a different country or wherever I'm at, right? But I also would like to do a lot of traveling. So right before this pandemic hit, or whatever, we was getting ready to getting ready to get out of the country, go see some stuff. But of course, we can do what we do from wherever.
Most definitely, exactly.
Don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Really
So
the best part about it.
Literally
one of the best part about it. So Jay, like you did, we touched on the wholesale, we touched on the trucking, we touched on the network. Guys, head on over to YouTube to the Mid City Network, head to Facebook to the Mid City Network, like and share, jump in, guys. The podcast. Listen, the man's lineup is insane. Okay, it's for the everyday entrepreneur. It's for the everyday person. Okay, if you listen, like he said earlier, it's going down at the Mississippi Network, guys. So look, Jay, if you could start a business tomorrow, right? If you start a whole new business tomorrow, what would that business be?
Well, I have a couple other businesses as well. So, like right now, I have a notary business, MCA Notary, so I can notarize stuff online, out of the country. Mobile notary. I'm a mobile signing agent as well.
Now, so how would somebody get in touch with you?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, man, I'll send you my information. So if a person, let's say you need some documents signed for your new real estate deal, I can actually do that online for you. So if you got a person that lives in the United States and maybe their husband or wife is in Pakistan or whatever the case is, right? We can actually
Right.
do. I have the software. We can pull them up. I can stamp it with my notary stamp, the whole nine, and get your documents done. Get your closing done for you. Got contracts with different title companies to actually get that done as well. But you said, so if I wasn't doing that, what would I be doing? Something in sales, man. I think anything in sales, man, I would definitely be doing because I love people. You know what I'm saying? I actually love people. Some people don't like people, man, but I actually love them, man. I like to be around people, to see people different thoughts and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it would be something in sales. I don't know what. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a cap on my brain, what you just said. I've never even thought about taking that hat off, right? So I really got to think about that, man. Give me a minute before we end. I'll think of something else. that's pretty deep. You said if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, what would I be doing? I haven't thought that far, man. I'm already doing the commercial multifamily. Well, I tell you, I know it's got to have something to do with real estate, but I would definitely want to do new construction. Definitely want to do that, new construction, but still have some of the real estate. Yeah,
no, definitely. So Jay, man, I love it, man. Me myself, right? When I found real estate, man, like you said, I do have a few more business ventures, 2 more LLCs that I own. But when I actually started the Smith Financial Relief Group, I started it for credit repair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Initially to build my own credit and then help people, get their credit done as well. And then they kind of like morphed into like saving people. You know what I mean? Like helping people from situations, man. And it's really wild, man. I love it. I wouldn't really change it, for nothing.
Yeah.
At all, man. We talked about the early morning being like our best time. So, and like, is that the best time where you can get the work done? Like when you get your best work done, is it morning? As we talked about that earlier, niche in the morning.
Yeah, definitely the morning time for me. Like I said, my head is the most clearest, man. I remember stuff that I wouldn't try to remember. You know what I'm saying? But it flows through my head, man. I thought, like I said, for years, I thought it was like, what is wrong? But I'm up, rolling early in the morning, man. So yeah, that's my hack.
So, what is like one thing that your business did, right, or a successful business venture that you had did that you didn't expect?
I tell you what. Let me tell you about my first deal. So I guess that kind of ties in because I was shooting for it and then realized that what came with it. So I used to post on Facebook every day. I buy a house, nonstop. And I'm living here in Dallas, Texas at the time. So somebody called me from my hometown. He said, "Hey man, I see that you buy houses, man. I have a friend of mine who just passed. His wife has 3 houses and a corner store. That she don't want nothing to do with real estate. She just want to sell them and be done with it." I'm like, "Well, give him my number, man. I'll give you a few bucks if I close the deal." You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, have her give me a call or whatever the case is. So this is crazy, right? So he gave me her number. I'm like, "What's her name?" It's Fennell. I'm thinking, I know somebody's name is Fennell when I was a kid. Called her up. I'm talking to the lady, and she told me her name was Fennell or whatever. She was a teacher. I'm like, "Miss Fennell from Jones School?" Come to find out that she was my 6th grade teacher, man. And her next words was, "Oh, I already know who I'm selling these properties to."
I know that's right.
So I got there's 3 houses and a corner store is what she said. Now,
Wow.
I had never done a deal before.
Right.
I had to kind of do my thing, right? So I'm like, okay, well, how much you want for it? Well, how much you give me for it? You know how the little dance, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna send you some offers on the property tomorrow. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the whole nine. So I hang the phone up and I go on there. How to put how offers on properties on YouTube. Pull it up. I seen a lady who was on YouTube and she was saying if you like subscribe to something, she'll send you a bunch of real estate contracts. Did that, got sent real estate contracts. Purchase agreement contract, assignment contracts, everything, all from the internet, man. So now I got these contracts, don't know what they're really saying. I got to figure out what the prices on these properties. So they're small houses, but it's a nice big store, whatever the case is. So I go on, try to do my numbers, whatever the case is, and I lowball her, kind of really thinking that she gonna say no because I'm in Dallas, man, and she in Michigan. Right, I didn't know anything about virtual wholesale at that time. Right, I didn't know it was a thing. So my wife has a family member there, a nephew who lives there, and a cousin that lives there still. So I called him and said, "Hey man, listen, I'm gonna send you these contracts. I need you to take them over to this lady house. I need you to get her to sign them for me." So he went over there. She signed the contracts. He sent them right back to me. So now I got 4 signed contracts, and she expected me to sell these properties or buy these properties, whatever the case is. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? My wife told me, she said, I got a cousin who buys property. So I called her up, said, hey, I got 3 properties. You know what I'm saying? Go by and tell me if you like them or whatever. Now, they're small properties, not a whole lot of money. She bought all 3 of those properties.
Oh, wow.
Bought them all 3. You know what I'm saying?
Just like that. Yeah, that's definitely something. Now, that's something in your business you don't expect.
Yeah. But here's the other part of that, right? So now I got a commercial store. I got a bodega, man. I don't know nothing about commercial, none of that, bro. So I don't know how to find a cash buyer, none of that. So I'm sitting there thinking, how do I find a cash buyer for commercial property? So I called her nephew up and I said, listen, I'm putting together this flyer because in my neighborhood, there's a lot of people from Middle Eastern own the stores, right? So I said, okay, well, take this flyer and post it in these different stores. Tell them we got a property that's for sale. It's a corner store. I didn't know that they wanted this property anyway, but he wouldn't sell it to them.
Wow.
Right? I don't know how to price it, really. I really don't know what I'm doing, bro. I'm blind man shuffling, just being real.
I get it.
I first come, get the property, bro. So the only issue is that on this property, you couldn't get a liquor license. It was a guy probably about 2 blocks from there, off the main street. He had the liquor license. So get this guy. He's got to say, okay, how much you want for it? Man, I'll get it. I want it. Send me the contract. He jumped on it. I should have thought about it then. He jumped on it too fast. I was, wasn't asking enough, right? So he signed the contract. So probably about a week or 2 later, we getting ready to close this deal, and he called me back at the title company. Hey, man, I think you're making too much money on this deal, man. It's probably really not worth it. I'm like, okay, well, you already gave me earnest money. Either you close it or you don't. I'm going to keep your earnest money. And I got 3 other people behind because they got a bidding war kind of going on this property now. But I got to honor him because he put his earnest money down. Okay, well, you walk away then. I got some people back up. He said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and close the deal. So he closed it. Now, long story short, I only made like $14K on the deal, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Right? Exactly.
And so imagine I'm in the tractor trailer.
So you didn't know what you was doing.
I didn't know what I was doing.
$14,000.
$14K. And so I'm rolling down the street and hit ding, looked at my account, and here we go, baby. We up.
Wow.
I said, I'm done. This is what I do now. So if I can do that, you can do it too, man. You know what I'm saying? If I can do guys out there, you can do it too, man.
I tell people every day, man, it's just a matter of picking up something.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Getting to know the script, whatever script you're gonna use, get on that phone. Everybody, wants to know, man. Everybody wants a good book, right? So, like, what are 3 books, man, that you can recommend to my audience, and why? And why would you recommend those 3 books?
Man, where my books at?
Uh-oh.
Well, here's one right here, actually. I just put one in the inside. So I'm still getting my LO license back. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'm still getting it. So I'm reading this right now. My other book is in there. But so the one that really changed my life, man, was Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. God put that in my hand, man. He said, man, just read it. Man, I don't read books, man. I ain't even read no book. He said, man, just read it, bro. I read it. I think I bought probably 5 more and gave them to my kids, man. It changed my life. What's another one, man? Dr. Powernomics by Dr.
Claude Anderson.
Dr. Claude Anderson.
Dr. Claude Anderson.
Dr. Claude Anderson, man. We did matter of fact, we did a podcast about an interview he had. This was probably about a month or so ago, and it was pretty powerful, man. So those books right now, this one right here on the forefront right now, I got to get that done.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
So yeah.
So
Listen, everybody, man, you gotta read, man.
you got to.
You have to read, bro. There's no other way around it. You gotta be a reader. Leaders are readers, man.
Readers, that's right. So Jay, like back in the day, I was taking I used to go to Ashland University. I was actually majoring in organizational behavior, things that people do in the workplace, why, problem solving skills, stuff like that. And in my organizational behavior class, we actually watched The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, right? And I didn't know like that was literally a business movie. Tom Cruise literally went over there on business, like the whole thing was literally about business and how he had, he was trying to advance, samurai, whatever, and it was ushering in all this new stuff or whatever. And that was, like I never knew that, you know what I mean? So I picked up a few skills from watching The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. What are like 3 movies that you would recommend for, entrepreneurs and why? Like what 3 movies that move and kind of shake you?
Wow, man, you put me on the spot with this one, man. I'm listen. When I watch movies, it's funny, man. When I watch movies, it's really to just get away.
Yeah.
The only time my mind is quiet. So I'm trying to think as far as like a business movie, man. I don't really know. I mean, one of my favorite movies is Bad Boys. I know they don't have nothing to do with business at all, right?
They definitely do. They definitely do. It was
the other side, right? The other side.
Yeah.
But man, that is a good one, man. I really don't. Like I said, I actually watch movies just to make that was when I was a kid. It was the only thing that I could do that shuts my mind down.
Right.
That I can actually block out. That in sports, when I'm watching sports or whatever the case is, I can block out everything, and it's like my getaway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. Oh wow, that's a deep one, man.
Yeah, I mean, because like like I was like what I'm saying, like The Wolf on Wall Street.
Okay, yeah, I definitely seen that. He was wild, bro.
The Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? A lot of the Billionaires Boys Club. A lot of little movies, over time that may have tickled you, and like you say, that Wolf on Wall Street.
Yeah, that was pretty deep. And I don't really remember a lot of names of movies too. You know what I'm saying? So that's really not my big thing or whatever the case is, man. But yeah, I definitely remember Wolf of Wall Street. They was wilding on that.
I need 3 podcasts.
Oh yeah, okay.
For my audience before you go. I need 3 podcasts for our audience before you go, and why you recommend these 3 podcasts.
Earn Your Leisure is one. Just think about that for a second. It's a podcast called Earn Your Leisure.
That's right.
You have to do that, guys. You have to earn it. Your leisure, you laying back chilling, whatever, because you ain't earned it, man, you're tripping. Because that comes back and you're going to be in the poorhouse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like, wow, you gonna put me on the spot. I know, of course, aside put mine to the side though. I like this one called $1 Million Worth of Game with Gillian Wallow. I really like this guy named Wallow because he comes out of prison. He came out of prison, man, with a whole different mindset, and he was out there teaching the young people, trying to show them how to do things right. And by him doing that and being himself, he blew up, made a lot of money doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I salute him. See, most people come out here and have no felonies or whatever. They think, man, I can't do nothing now. I got to get back on the block. He showed that you can do it.
That's right.
Let me see who else. What's my man name? Wow, I can't remember his name now, man. but he's the godfather of this thing, man. A podcast, Combat Jack.
Oh,
Combat. That's a throwback. But the first time I really heard a podcast with this guy named Combat Jack, and his style of interviewing is what I try to emulate. I'm gonna keep it real, because he goes all the way back to when they was a kid and bring it all the way forward. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that style was so. And he prayers to his family. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer with us, with us though. But the way he did his thing, man, and it wasn't always talking about business, man. He just wanted to get to know you on a personal level.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
You know.
So I was watching the other day, actually, man. I was watching a podcast that's actually on your network. Small business stand-up podcast, right? Now the stand-up, you guys got to tune in to the Mid-City Network on YouTube. Go like, go subscribe, hit the bell notification, right? Because Jay is doing a lot of good work, man. So now this small business stand-up podcast, Jay, real quick, I just want to go back. What made you formulate this podcast?
Ironically, man, it was to. I started this probably, I want to say about 11 years ago. Me and my father. It was a way. I seen a wave of podcasts coming years ago. So my father was the type of person. He's very inquisitive. He passed, a few years ago, but he was very inquisitive. He kind of like myself. Like I can sit down and have an interview with somebody and not even know him and be able to ask a few questions. I seen that in him. And so he didn't raise us, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to say this is the way that we can grow together. So he was in Michigan, I'm in Texas, and we would interview different people. And once he passed, we had a huge, probably about 7 years or so that passed or whatever. And then me and my guy Jason started doing an audio pass along with Miss K. She was a tax lady. So we just did audio. And so now for probably about a little bit over 2 months or so, 3 months or so now, we started doing audio and visual.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And it's about, man, small business stand up, man. The United States is primarily based on small businesses, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the big businesses play a role or whatever, but small business, man, is the backbone of this thing, right? If we all do what we need to do, man, for the small business and support these small businesses, man, everybody's life would be a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is get a collective group of professional people who are out here trying to get it, help them put them on a platform. We blow each other up, man, and get to that next level. And we got some phenomenal people, man.
So what days? Okay. What days can we catch the small business stand up?
Okay, small business stand up is on at 7:30 Central Standard Time. We kick that thing off, man. It's interactive. You can talk to us. Reach out to some people on there as well. They do a little bit from real estate, man, to financial therapy, right? To structuring your business, taxes, the whole nine. Anything you have to, any problems you may have with your business, there's somebody on there that can help you, walk you through exactly what you need to get done.
So Jay, really quick, man, I got 2 more questions, man, before we go.
Okay.
What question that you wish I would have asked you, and how would you have answered it?
Oh wow, you hit me with my own question, right? Oh wow. How are you saying? And my question will be back to you is, I don't know, bro. There's so much going on, man, that it should be 2 of me, right? So it takes a team to do it. It takes a team to do it. So to be successful, man, you have to have a team. You cannot do it on your own. And for a long time, I thought I had to do it myself, and I was stressing myself out. You know what I'm saying? So, you reach out, look behind you, look to the side of you, and the 5 people inside of you, in front of you and back of you. If they don't push you, you're in the wrong circle.
So, all in life, all in all, Jay, man, what is the one thing that you want to be remembered for?
One thing I remember for, man, is, man. Now this gonna hit me hard. This hit me hard here, man, because about 11 years ago, 12 years ago, I dedicated myself to God, and I'm gonna keep it real here. So I haven't did what I'm supposed to do when it comes to that, and I haven't forgot. Right. So my thing now is to get back to that. I want him to be able to tell me, Jay, job well done.
No definitely. No definitely.
Man, you got me tearing up on here, bro.
Hey man, I feel you, man. Most definitely, man.
Job well done, man.
Jay, man, thanks for coming on, man. It's been, man, a blessing, man. I love, the game you got, man. So hopefully we can get this done again, man.
Listen. You got a gift for this, bro. I want to tell you that. You got me crying on here, bro. Bro, what's happening here, man?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring the tears out, but
I want to tell you this, bro. This is your lane. It takes dedication. It takes you doing it when nobody's watching. This is when you're gonna perfect it. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Definitely, man.
I'll see you at the top, bro. You know what I mean? We're gonna be sipping mahi-mahis together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do it, bro. Salute to you, man.
No doubt, man. So, guys, once again, man, thanks, man, to my guest, man. It's my special guest, man, Jay Wicker, owner of Mid City Network. Guys, once again, go like that on Facebook. Go like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and wherever you see the Jay Wicker stamp, okay? Guys, once again, Jay, man, thanks for being on, man.
Anytime, man. Anytime. You just make a call, shoot a text, send a bird. I'm there, bro.
Most definitely, guys. See you guys once again every Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Central, man. Hey, guys, this is the first episode of Wholesaling with Lenny in the books.
Salute.